Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tara, and today we're going to do a yoga flow that's going to work on foot and ankle mobility. This flow can really be done by all levels, and some of the poses in today's flow are like my favorite yoga poses because they literally feel so good on like your feet, your ankles. We even work on some like toe mobility, which is really important and often neglected. So yeah, with all that said, we're going to start today's practice laying on your back. Okay, so laying on your back with your knees bent. We're going to start with some bridges just to warm up. So we're just warming up the muscles through the ankles. So you're going to lift the hips up to the sky and then lower back down. Really grounding through your feet, lift up to the sky and lower back down. Lift the hips up and lower. And start to connect your breath. So inhale to prepare, exhale as you lift the hips. Inhale back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. 3 more. Exhale, lift. Inhale down. Exhale, lift. Ground through the feet. Inhale down. Last one. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Come back to your comfortable breath. Keep that left knee bent and the left foot on the floor. Reach the right leg up to the sky. And you can have a slight bend in the right knee. It doesn't need to be totally straight. And you're just going to work on flexing and pointing that ankle. So you're going to bring your toes toward you and then point the toes away. Moving on and off that way. Okay, and then you're going to start to make some circles going in one direction. So you're circling the ankle 5 times each way. Slow and controlled. Once you hit your 5, switch to the other direction. Making a full circle. Okay, and relax that leg down. Once you complete those, right leg is going to stay bent, left leg extends toward the sky. Again, you can have a slight bend in that left knee. It doesn't need to be totally straight. And just work on flexing and pointing through the toes, through the ankle, waking up that ankle joint. And then start to make your circles 5 in each direction. Really trying to work on making a full circle. That way you hit every direction of the ankle joint. Once you hit your 5, you can switch. And make sure you're really making this motion. Make sure the motion is really coming through the ankle. So it's not like your leg is turning around and trying to compensate for the motion. The motion is really coming from the ankle joint. Okay, and once you complete your 5 on each side, go ahead and relax your leg down. You're going to roll onto your side, make your way up to sitting, and we're going to meet in downward dog. If you're new to yoga, to get into downward dog, you're going to start on all 4s, tuck your toes underneath you, and send your hips up to the sky. Okay, really pressing through your hands, working your hips up to the sky. And you can start with a bend in both knees. And what you're thinking about is working the heels to the floor. Keep the breath steady. And then you can start to walk out your dog. So you're going to bend one knee and walk the opposite heel to the earth. And bend the other knee, the opposite heel grounds down to the earth. Switching on and off. So the heel that's working to the earth is working toward having a straighter knee. Just walking it out at your own pace. Come back to stillness. Try to start to straighten the knees a little bit more if you can. If you can and you need to keep the knees bent, that's totally fine. I would rather you still be in good alignment so the hips are working up to the sky. Okay? From here, you're going to start to come up onto the toes. and then lower back down. Really trying to ground. So as you lift up onto the toes, the weight is kind of on that space underneath the big toe. Okay, lifting up and down here, lifting up onto your toes, lower down. 2 more, lifting up, keeping the hips up to the sky, lower down. Last one, lift up and lower. From here, drop the knees to the earth into an all fours position. Make sure the hands are directly stacked underneath your shoulders, knees directly under your hips. Keep the left leg where it is. Reach the right leg back, so you're going to be on the right toes. And you're just going to start to rock back and forth. So you're kind of rocking back, and as you rock back, you're pushing the heel toward the back of the mat, and then you rock forward a little bit. Just finding some movement. And then find stillness by pushing that heel toward the back of the mat, feeling a stretch into the right calf, and breathe. Bring that right leg back in and switch sides. Left leg goes out, so you're on the left toes, and start to rock back and forth. And then start to find some stillness, pressing that left heel toward the back of the mat, keeping that left knee straight, feeling a stretch into the left calf. Breathe. One more breath here. Go ahead and bring that left knee in, and you're going to sit back onto your heels. So we're moving into toe stand. So this is a really good stretch for the big toe. So it works on extension of that toe, which is a motion that a lot of us are limited in, and it's a really important motion. So let's work on it. So you're going to tuck your toes underneath you. A lot of times what happens is your pinky toe kind of gets lost. So just pull that little guy out there, so that all toes are in contact with the earth. Okay, so options, this might be intense already, so you can kind of be leaning more forward and it'll be less intense. So you can see I'm kind of up on my hands and I'm leaning forward, so this is stage 1. As you start to lean back, the stretch will get more intense. If you want to go for the full version, if it feels good for you, you're gonna sit up straight so your body is stacked over your hips, and this is gonna stretch into your feet, into your toes, and just breathing here. So find what works well for you, what feels good for your body. There shouldn't be pain, it should just feel like a stretch. And breathe. One more breath. Okay, come out of the pose, back onto all fours, untuck the toes, and you can kind of like pitter the feet out, just releasing them. From here, go ahead and sit back into kneeling. So options here, so sitting and kneeling like this might be enough for you, or it might be too much. You can always pop a block underneath your hips to lift you up a little bit higher, and that might be more comfortable. So this might be already enough of a stretch for your ankles. If you want more of a stretch, you can start to lean back onto your hands, okay, keeping your chest open. And if you want even more, you could lean back onto the elbows and try to work on keeping the knees down. And breathe, stretching through the front of the feet. I don't like to lift the knees because I think it puts too much strain on your ankles, even though it would maybe make it feel like it's stretching more. And if you're on the elbows, make sure you're keeping that chest broad, chin slightly tucked. Breathe here. And again, whatever option you're in is perfectly fine. And go ahead and make your way out of whatever pose you're in. And we're going to move back into downward dog. So your hands come forward on all fours, tuck underneath your toes, and make your way back to down dog. Okay, maybe you want to walk through your dog again, moving through the heels. Because now we're moving in the opposite direction, so it might take a minute to get to the pose that you want. And breathe. Everyone find stillness. And you're going to shift your heels to the right and bend through the knees. So this is going to get a little stretch on your side body as well. Come back to center, switch your heels to the left, bend through your knees, and switch, and switch, and come back to stillness. Take one more breath in downward dog. And from here, go ahead and walk your hands back toward your feet. Bend the knees, and you're going to squat down into Malasana Yogi Squat. So you have options here. So I'm going to turn so you guys can see me a little better. Okay, so in Malasana, if your ankles are really tight and you don't have this mobility and you feel like your feet are floating up in the air, you could fold up towels and place them underneath your feet so that you can actually relax in the pose. That's a really good option. Okay. Whatever variation you're in, if you have towels or if your feet are on the earth, you're going to place your hands together into prayer, broaden through the chest, feeling that heart open, and breathe. Really grounding through the feet. Think about keeping your toes in contact with the earth. So sometimes the toes want to lift up in this pose. Keep them grounded. And relax the hands down, sit back, and you're going to make your way to lay onto your back again. Go ahead and let your legs windshield wipe side to side. Reach your arms overhead and lift the hips up into one more bridge pose. And slowly relax back down. Relax your hands at your sides, straighten your knees out. We're just going to take a brief Shavasana just to relax. Tuck your shoulders underneath you, palms facing up. Letting go here, close your eyes, tune into your breath. You can think about sending the breath into the feet and ankles. So inhale, awareness at the feet. And as you exhale, really let any tension go. Letting the feet fall out to the side. Come back to your comfortable breath. Take a few more moments here. Start to bring your awareness back into your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Reach your arms overhead. Make the body nice and long. Bend through your knees, roll onto one side, and then walk yourself up into a sitting position. Bring the hands into prayer at your heart. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thank you guys for practicing with me today. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button right below me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.